Hello to all my friends on the Royal Order of Wet Shavers, as well as the Wet Shaver Review. It's Aaron Schechter here again, as promised, but a day early. I'm going to be doing a three-part series. On my last couple videos ago, I did a video on how to face lather using Mitchell's Wool Fat Soap. In retrospect, probably it wasn't a fair video to make, considering Mitchell's Wool Fat is it's a great soap, but it's so full of lanolin and so full of other animal fats that it's more difficult than most to actually lather, and won't give the best interpretation of really what is possible using extremely hard water and face lathering with a hard puck of soap. So I'm going to go out of frame for a second. What I decided to use today, and I'll put it into the frame today, is I'm going to be using, it's going to be backwards, it looks like in the video. It's actually Pre De Provence. Basically it's shea butter enriched, which basically, you know, there's some fats in there, there's some shea butter in there, but it's not as hardcore as a lanolin. So that being said, it's a nice comfortable medium going with the Pre De Provence. Also happens to be one of my favorite soaps. The scent is amazing on it. Leatherability is amazing on it. Not one bad thing to say about it. So on that note, it's late at night. My wife is probably going to start screaming any minute at me why I'm making a video, especially 3 of them at 11 o'clock at night. So let's get this rolling. Okay, so first thing to do, as normal, as always, you're going to soak either your boar or your badger brush, whatever you choose. I like, for my soaps, I always prefer to use boar. I'm going to be using today the Smoke 1305, which happens to be one of my favorite brushes. All that water goes bye-bye. The only thing I am going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of hot water to the bottom of it, just for dipping, just in order to, if I need to add any water to my face. Again, you're going to shake out the brush. You don't want to get all the water out of it, because you're going to want a little bit of that water to, you know, to hydrate the soap and everything on your face. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so we got the majority of the water out of the brush. I'm also going to remove this towel I just had around my neck, just because I was trying to be a little bit more modest. Didn't want to show off my manly trapezoids. On that note, this is the puck of soap right here. I've had it soaking in some water. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to sacrificially get rid of that water, at least a good portion of it, okay? You can leave a little bit of it in there because you still want that slickness. As I told you in my other videos, soften up the top. You'll have a nice soft layer of soap on top there. So, you know, kind of wiggle your finger around, loosen that soap up. I usually just rinse that water off of my fingers just to prevent the slickness. I don't mind it so much on my razor, but I don't like the slickness when I'm trying to hold my brush. That note, we're going to start to load the brush. Same as my other videos, I believe in 15 and 15 rules, 15 rotations clockwise, 15 counterclockwise. Collect all that soap that builds up on the sides as much as you can. Waste not, want not. Pump the brush down into the soap puck itself so you can get that soap into the brush, okay? Wiggle it around a little bit, get that soap in there. You want the soap in the brush, not only on the outside of the bristles. Now counterclockwise. By the way, just to mention, I'm holding actually the top of the boar bristles. Counterclockwise 15 times. Pump. Now, you'll notice on this can there's a lot of soap overflowing. Do not forget that. I will bring that up to you in 1 second. The brush is also loaded at this point. Okay, so now I'm going to get my face wet. Don't forget we got soap on that, by the way. face lathering, you want to make sure you hydrate your face as well as possible. As you can see, I'm actually dripping with water off my face. Now we're going to go back to this tin that I told you not to forget about. As I always say, waste not, want not. Get that soap on your fingers. Take it, put it on your face. Put it on your face. Doesn't matter even where you put it. Just put it on your face. Don't waste the soap. Get it from the inside, that creamy stuff on the inside. Get that with your finger. Get that on your face. Waste not, want not. It's a good rule in life to live by. We don't always follow it, myself included, but it's a good rule to live by. Okay, so we got a decent amount of that soap and that lather that we built up that was actually on the tin. We got that out. Now we're going to get to the actual face lather with the brush. Soap off my fingers. I can actually put my tin down somewhere where it's not going to get lost. Now, we're just going to take the brush. Our face is nice and hydrated. We didn't waste not, want not. We got that extra soap on our face. I like to start on my neck. I also have about almost 4 days worth of growth on my face. This is definitely going to help the lather. The agitation of the hair will help build the lather. The purpose of going in these circular motions is not only just to agitate and build the foam, but to exfoliate and to raise the hairs up, especially when you have a couple of days of growth. As you can see, I'm not having much of a problem with over 100 grains of hardness of water building up a lather. Definitely building up a lather. I am going to add a little bit of water. I'm going to dip the tips of my bristles into the water, just a tiny little drop of water though, into that little bowl like I said, okay? Nice hot water too. Feels good, help build that lather up even more. It's actually starting to fall off the sides of the brush at this point. Catch that, bring it back in, pump, get that in the middle. Yeah, I'm definitely about to eat some foam, some lather there. Work that into your lather. Work it into your face, work that lather in. I have definitely a decent amount of lather now. Didn't take a whole lot of effort at all. I'm going to get my mustache area now that I'm happy with the consistency and the amount of lather I know I produced. Same trick I taught you guys the other day with the Mitchell's Wolf Fat video. Squeeze the top of the brush, do the mustache area, close the mouth. No soap will go up your nose, you will not have a shave attack, no freaking out. So at this point, I like to paint my face. It also helps get off the excess of the actual soap off your face and back onto the brush where you want it for your next pass. We have a very nice lather going on here. Very nice lather going on. Okay, so that was part number one. As you see, you built a face lather all over your face, no problems, with over 100 grains of hardness in your water. With Pre De Provence, had similar results, though a little bit more slick looking, maybe a little more fatty looking with the Mitchell's Wolf Fat. I'm going to actually pause this video at this point to go to part number two, because at this point, while the soap is resting on my face, I'm going to prepare my Mercur 37C slant bar to do one side of my face. And then the third video, we're going to be using the Parker SR1 Shavette for this side of my face. So that concludes part number 1. Just to reiterate, hydrate your face well. 15 swirls clockwise, pump the brush. 15 swirls counterclockwise, pump, swirl, hydrate your face again very, very, very well. Don't waste any soap that collects around the rim of your tube. Put that on your face. All the soap you can get is going to help. At that point, get your brush, work in circular motions across your beard, across your face. Build up that lather until you're happy with it. Add a little bit of water at a time. You can either use just your tap and add, or like I like to use, I use this little bowl, Vanderhagen bowl, that I like to use to add little bits of water to the tips of my boar brush or badger brush as I go when I face lather. So there you go. There's another face lathering tutorial video for you, and a little show and tell of how well Pre De Provence actually does lather and work. You can tell that did not take very long. I just talk a long time. Didn't take a long time to make this lather. On that note, God bless, and I will see you guys. It'll literally be about 3 seconds because I'm just going to stop this and start a new video. So anyway, God bless, and I'll see you in a moment.